Hey, Chris here with Niche Your Business. Today we're talking about creating online content. One of the questions we get from people every day is, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to create. I don't even know the first step. Well, in this video today, we're gonna show you how to take action with your business. So let's get started. Today we're talking about taking action. You see, when I started the Flood Insurance Guru more than 5 years ago, that's one of the first steps I did. I took action, figured everything else later on. Was that good? Bad? You could have mixed reviews there because our strategy was poor. Yes. But what we did do right was take action by shooting video, answering questions. So where do you start when it comes to creating content? Well, first thing is you've got to understand is, what are your customers asking you every day? What kind of questions are you getting from them? That is something still at the Flood Insurance Guru, the Flood Professor, the other companies that I own, that we really obsess over every day. What questions are our customers asking us? If we get the question more than usually once a day, do we need to create an email template where we can just automatically send that to the customer? Do we need to create an ebook? Do we need to create a video on this? These are all things you can look at. Now, one easy way is just keeping something like a Google Sheet inside of your company. Every week, go back and look at those questions and look how many times you were asked. Because let me tell you, if one person's asking it, I promise you there's other ones out there. Now, maybe you're not sure what your customer's asking. Well, there's some great free tools for you, like answerthepublic.com. You can use that tool to understand, hey, what are people asking Google about the type of business that I'm running? What questions do I need to answer here? Because let me tell you, quickest way to build trust is answering these questions. We got a lot of pushback when we put a pricing page for our insurance agency on our website. Well, you can't do that. People understand that you may not be able to give them an exact price. What they do want to know is what drives price. What can maybe they control? What can't they control? They want you to be transparent with them. And that's something very important when it comes to content creation, is you've got to be transparent, but you've got to answer the questions they're asking. One way, as I said, we do this is through the Google Sheets. Writing that question down. We meet with our content manager every week and we decide, hey, what is Chris going to shoot video on this week? What is our content manager going to write a blog on? How many people are searching for this? How are they searching for it? And when they find it, what's that next step? But the first step, creating this content, other than picking up a camera like this and just recording, once you record, you got to know, what are you going to record? You want to record things that people are searching for. So use tools like Answer the Public. Use Google Search, Google Trend, depending on what type of business you're running, whether it's an insurance business or a real estate business. Let's just start with insurance, because I've been in insurance for 15 years. That's how we built a multi-million revenue company on this strategy. And one of the questions we get asked every day is, does my home insurance cover flood damage? Now, that's a question easy we could put on our website, but maybe how do they find that question? How do they get to that question? Honestly, it's very easy, especially if you're offering auto and home and life. Like, look at all these questions you're getting asked every day. Build a guide with it. Give customers that guide like we do when it comes to things like flood zone AE, private flood insurance. We probably create a different ebook every week on different topics so that people have something tangible in their hands to understand what they're going through. Whether you're in insurance, whether you're in real estate, this is really where we see a big gap, especially in the real estate industry. People aren't creating a lot of these assets. They're not giving people those steps to take to go down that road. And when it comes to content, that's what you want to have a goal at the end of the day, is a strategy. That's what we didn't have for more than 5 years, that we really dropped the ball on. So when you're creating this content, first step, people always say, just pick up a camera and record. But guess what? You got to have something to record. So what I recommend is maybe it's twice a week. Go through Answer the Public, go to Google Trends, start writing these questions down and figuring out, hey, how many times am I getting asked this question? Or guess what? Do what I do. Go into your email inbox every week and look at the questions your team is getting asked. Look at the questions you're getting asked. Pull those questions out of there. You can use all kinds of AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude, all these different tools that kind of help you understand as well, hey, what kind of questions are people asking on the product that I'm offering or want to offer when creating this content? So definitely start there. Kind of have that plan in place of, hey, what am I going to shoot a video on today? What am I going to shoot a video tomorrow? You don't want to just pick up the camera and record. Look, that's great and all, but guess what? When you hit the record button, you got to have something to talk about. And you got to have something to talk about that people are searching for, or people are going to tune you out. You're not going to be creating the right kind of content for your audience. First step that you want to take away from this video is just writing down those questions. Once you write down those questions, then you're going to have a good idea. Build an outline for a video using ChatGPT. Hey, here's the question I'm trying to get answered here. Help me answer this question maybe in 5 minutes or less. Use my tone, use my voice, use certain frameworks you want to use, whatever that is. We recommend things like StoryBrand framework. We're a big fan of Donald Miller's StoryBrand and Marcus Sheridan's They Ask You Answer framework. We built a lot of organizations off these strategies. That first step is figure out those questions, put an outline in place, then hit record. Once you hit record and you have that plan, maybe you want to have something something on a teleprompter. Personally, I don't. I always want my audience to feel like I'm truly talking to them like this right here. I'm not reading off a teleprompter. Can a teleprompter help? Absolutely. I'm just not a big fan of teleprompter or green screens like you see right here behind me. I'm sitting in my kitchen answering this question when it comes to online content. So take away that one thing from this video. And that's the goal we have at the end of every video for you. We want you to do one thing. Focus on that one thing. Go to Google Sheets. Go to Excel spreadsheet. Put those questions in there. Start putting them in ChatGPT and building an outline of a video. Then take that video if you want. After you record it, transcribe the audio using something like Descript. You can find the description in the video here to Descript. We use it every day where it can transcribe your video. You can use things like Rev.com. You know, what we recommend is when we do a video like this, by doing a video, we can do video, audio, and text. You can't do that when you just do a podcast, or you can't do it when you do just a blog. That's why I'm a big video person. Immediately, I can have 3 forms of content, and depending on how your audience wants to consume it, is how you're gonna pull it in. So that's the end of today's video on starting with that online content. You know, where do you start? Start by figuring out those questions, getting those questions into a sheet. Here's what I recommend. Come up with just 10 questions. And you can answer all 10 of those questions on one video like this. We call it, and Marcus Sheridan calls it, your 80% video. It's basically the most frequently asked videos you may get on a topic. Answering all those questions in one video and putting that video on your website will immediately build trust with your audience. So my name is Chris Green, owner of the Niche Your Business, and I look forward to helping you in our next video when it comes to online content creation and niching your business.